This intro music sucks. This is my dad's podcast.
Combo Cafe.
Combo Cafe. Suckers.
Welcome to the Convo Cafe. I'm your host, Vaughn. Today I got Devin, Rod, and Mo in the house. How everybody doing?
What up, though?
Hey now.
Good, man. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Man, first and foremost, man, I want to start this show off and give a shout out to the Michigan Wolverines football team. They fell victim to the University of Georgia in the semifinals of the college football playoffs. But I just want to say kudos on a good season, though, y'all. Being the first unranked team to ever make it to the college football playoffs, I think that's a feat in itself. So I also want to say that if it's anybody from Ohio State that got anything to say about what happened, don't forget, this is what we did to y'all.
Ran them off the field. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you look at that score, that's basically what we did is run them off the field.
Combo Cafe.
So first off today, I want to talk about Charlie Batch in Eastern Michigan. Well, I shouldn't say Eastern Michigan, but Charlie Batch and the company that he's working for actually offered a five-star quarterback, Caleb Williams. They offered him $1 million to come to Eastern Michigan and play football. Thoughts, anybody?
I didn't even know you could do that. When I seen that clip, I was like, damn.
Now
really?
you can. Now you can.
I know you could offer to pay the athletes, but I didn't know you could just throw 7 figures at them off the bat.
Yeah, I'm like you too. The first thing I wondered is this legal? But then I had to think about, it's not Eastern Michigan paying them the money. It's this company called Game Above, and I guess they kind of are one of Eastern Michigan sponsors. I know I did go to a game there where they dedicated the arena to George Gervin, and this company Game Above was actually behind that. Charlie Batch was at the ceremony actually as well too. So he actually works for a company that's up under Game Above. I forgot, what the name of that company is, but I think it's the parent company, the Game Above. So, like you, I didn't think that this was legal, but then what I realized, I was like, other schools are probably doing this, but for a school like Eastern Michigan to offer somebody $1 million, I think that's what's, the big thing about it.
Right.
So,
But again, it's not EMU, right? It's this Game Above Capital.
Right. Right.
It's just like getting a sponsorship, right? Yeah, right, quote unquote. It's just like getting a sponsorship. So why not let them brand themselves? I mean, these college athletes are bringing millions and millions of dollars into some of these facilities, and why not let them get a little bit of gain off of it?
Plus, not only does it help Eastern Michigan, but it also helps the Game Above Capital, because I had no idea who Game Above Capital was.
Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But then it made me start thinking, what do you think schools, okay, not schools. Let me go on the record by saying it's not the schools that are paying these athletes, but companies who are in partnership with the schools, I think would maybe be fair to say. What type of partnerships do you think that Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, what they call them, Power 5 schools, what type of partnerships do you think that they got to, be able to deliver players to them? And, what do you think somebody's getting paid maybe to play at Alabama, Ohio State, top-notch 5-star prospect?
You don't really need to pay them though. They already got the, prestige, and they had people want to go there already. You know what I mean? As long as you get accepted. So they ain't really got to fight for nobody like that. I don't think they'll ever pay nobody 6 figures to come play for them.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing, Dev. I don't think that those schools even really have that right now, because they don't need it. They look at, like, they probably look at a company like Game Above Capital. It's like, man, we don't even know y'all. We can get them on the strength of our name, or on the strength of our head coach. I mean, all we gotta do is say Saban, and they coming.
Right. You think this might be something that Deion is doing over at Jackson State in order to get some players to come out there?
I mean, he said he not. I mean, remember he did the interviews and came out publicly. He's like, we ain't got no money,
Well,
So
right. Well, he represents Jackson State University, though. You
Mhm.
think it's like maybe local businesses and alumni in Jackson or
He bringing
around
in
that?
good recruits now, so something is working down there. They got the number 4
Mhm.
now too.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know. It was interesting. I thought that was real interesting, though. I mean, I think it's good that these kids can make some money, man, for the amount of money that they generate for their schools. Plus, given the fact that a lot of players don't make it to the NFL, or even if they do make it to the NFL, they don't really pan out to be great players. So, as far as their longevity of making money to play football, I think that's a decent start to get off to, though. But,
Mhm. Hopefully they have a financial person and they're investing it, and not just throwing it all up in the air, partying.
yeah, right. I agree. I guess if they were throwing it all up in the air party, we'd probably be able to say it. Nowadays, you can't really do too much that ain't gonna come to the light, though. But I don't
That's
know.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
social media mug.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Cabo Cafe.
Well, in other news, they bringing back the Mexican pizza. Thoughts? Taco Bell is bringing back the Mexican pizza.
They
Thoughts,
need to bring
anybody?
back everything. They went down to just soft and hard tacos for a minute, and
Yeah, I know.
freezes. They had nothing.
I know.
Well, y'all do know that. I mean, I'm quite sure y'all been online enough, especially on Facebook, the last 24, 48 hours. I didn't even know Taco Bell had wings. And why is everybody talking about these goddamn wings? Who's
Yeah.
gonna eat wings
them
at
wings
Taco
ain't
Bell?
nothing. They ain't nothing but from Gordon Food Service. I'm telling you, they Gordon Food Service wings. That's what they are.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I need to try them, though, man. If you ask me, anybody can cook a good wing. I don't think that's just strictly selective to your fish fry and chicken fry places or whatever.
But I
You
ain't
know.
going to
beg to
Taco
differ.
Bell for no wing.
No,
I don't want no wing.
absolutely not.
My boy Corey works with Wilbur Sports. He put out a post yesterday. He said, "Is it me or is it kind of I forgot? I'm paraphrasing. He said it's kind of peculiar that the best thing, that the thing that Taco Bell has, no one knows or they're not famous for or nobody wants. They got wings, they got fries, but they're a taco place.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody checking for their tacos.
Yeah, that's true. They tacos is nothing special. I don't even really eat a lot of Taco Bell. If y'all give us a sponsorship, we can eat it every day. My kids love it. Shameless plug. Get at me at the Convo Cafe Podcast at gmail.com. We can talk about something. But
Yeah,
I want to say
my daughters love that Mexican pizza though. I just
Mm.
it was good, but
Taco Bell is a youthful thing.
Yeah.
I want to say for the record, man, when we were younger and I used to hang out with Rod, and he was driving, which was most of the time. I would make him take me to Taco Bell like at the end of the night, every night. Every night we hung out.
Yeah. So you and Bunk could just order in the drive-thru. I want a Nacho Bell Grande.
Yes. Oh man, that take me back. So April 2022, man, Mexican pizza is back. Anyway,
I'm gonna get one.
I know I'm getting me one, man. I
That's
know
gonna
I'm
be the
getting me one.
fastest way to a detox.
Keep you regular, man. To keep you
You
regular.
regular. Good luck.
Keep you regular.
Cabo Cafe.
And in the world of sports, Antonio Brown.
Oh man.
So for those that don't know, Mr. Antonio Brown last week in the game, the Tampa Bay game versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, the New York Jets.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One of the teams that wear green. It wasn't the Lions. But anyway,
Right.
Mr. Antonio Brown took off his equipment and his shirt and threw his shirt and his gloves into the stands and exited the building in the middle of the game. In the middle of a play.
I was about to say, yeah.
They were still playing on the field when he left. Thoughts, man. Thoughts.
I guess before I get to the seriousness of it, I'm gonna just be comedic for a split second. I just know every time they show that picture, and I think you got one of the pictures in the meme when they showed not that picture, when they showed a picture of him with his hands up leaving the field,
In the
why does he look like? Why does that give me Childish Gambino vibes? Every time I see that, I want to say this is America.
You know, because this is America, though, man. I
But
mean, you know,
he kind of looked like him. Remember how he was doing the little weird dances in the video? I'm like, is that Donald Glover out there on the field?
yeah. I just wonder why he didn't just keep his shoulder pads and stuff on and just walk off. You know, he could have like exited way more quieter. But you know, man, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Sometimes when I see people do crazy stuff, I don't look at what they did that was crazy. I wonder to myself, what happened to them that made them react that way?
It's something that we ain't gonna know about. It's something that happened, whether it's money, whether it's conflict issues in the locker room. It's something that they're not gonna, let out, but something else had to happen. Said,
Yeah, I'm with Dev on that.
Something, because that was just
Because at first I said, is AB losing his mind? You know? And see, man, I'm not the type of person, man, that I crucify you for what you did in the past. So I mean, the social media and the public and just the media at large are really good for painting certain pictures about people just because you did something crazy in the past. Now everything that you do is crazy because you crazy. Like, I don't really subscribe to that. You know, maybe he has done some crazy things in the past and stuff like that, but this is his job, what he get paid to do. And then on top of that, something that he loves to do. So when I just seen him exit that way, it just made me say, what did they say to him on the sideline? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, we're going to get the edited PG version. Yeah, we told him to go into the game, and he said he wasn't going into the game, and we said, you're done.
But I mean, well, he did say, well, not he, but they collectively, him and the Bucks said that he had an ankle injury or something, and he was saying that he wasn't feeling too good on the ankle. It's been like some pictures that have come out as far as screenshotted text between him and the trainer, and he was saying he want to be out there, but he's not really feeling good on the ankle. But he did play on the ankle. What is it, 2 weeks ago or so? I think the day the game after he came back from the stupid COVID card bullshit that he pulled. And I think he got like 100 yards and like 10 catches. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, the ankle ain't doing good. And I mean, you just never know with this guy. I mean, so ever since Vontaze Burfict just basically completely cleaned this dude clock years ago, I feel like something is wrong up here. But we unfortunately are never going to really find out about that unless they come across some magical imaging, some type of technology that would be able to diagnose these dudes as far as these head traumas. But my thing is, and I'm trying not to get long-winded and get on a soapbox here, because it's like it's 4 of us and we all have things to say about this, but I just don't like the fact that we got these all of a sudden hotel people coming out like they're trying to crucify the black man for what he did. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. Do y'all know that this is Antonio Brown? This is not Barry Sanders or somebody with a squeaky clean image who just all of a sudden said, I'm fed up and I'm just gonna leave. Antonio Brown, I mean, what, sexual assault, fake COVID cards, I mean, just all types of stuff. I mean, the man has been an idiot. I mean, he's a great player, and I like Antonio Brown. I like him on the field. He's a great player, but he does dumb shit, and he's been doing dumb shit a long time. And so when he all of a sudden just flips out like this, and they all of a sudden say, "See, they trying to sit here bury the black man because he don't want to play anymore." It's like, well, why don't he want to play? And why didn't he want to play before? And why didn't he want to play before that? This is a pattern here. It ain't them trying to crucify the black man. And these hotel people just bother me with that silly shit.
Well, they have been known for crucifying the black man, though.
Yeah.
It's just not one of the times, though.
Exactly. Exactly. This is not one of the times.
We might want to say that one for something.
we can't cry wolf all the time. We can't use up all of our good juice on somebody
Right.
like Antonio Brown.
Right. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Cabo Cafe.
Well, I mean, I just want to say, man, talk about Antonio Brown. That did bring me to one of my favorite memes of the week. This is a new thing we're gonna start doing, memes of the week. And every day is a half a day if you just fucking leave.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, you're not gonna have no job to come back to.
Not
Just
a
like
job.
Antonio Brown.
Just like him.
Just like him.
I'm gonna go work at Taco Bell. They paying $15 an hour.
That can't sustain your lifestyle.
Yeah, I know, but
Hey,
if I do quit my job though, man, I'm taking my fucking shirt off and tossing that shit. You gotta know how to leave, right? You gotta know how to leave, man.
Not
So-
to get off the subject, but since it crossed my mind when you mentioned it, you said they pay $15 an hour. It's crazy how these companies, how these like fast food companies and restaurants are paying this much money nowadays, but we still can't get people to work jobs.
Say it
Man.
again.
Because they still getting free money.
And not only to get the free money, once you get the free money, man, it make it hard to go back and actually like work for money.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't even
It-
think it's just that though. I think it's that. I mean, we got some people that's kind of course, they skirting the system out there, but I think it's the fact that these working environments is not what people think that they are.
think
Yeah,
it's-
I agree with that, Rod. No, these work environments are definitely not what people think that they are. And then you have to deal with the customer. And so that throws a whole nother element into it, right? Like I'm back here making some food for $15 an hour. Then I gotta go up here, work the register, and deal with your shit. Like, no, it's not enough. I'm
Yeah.
out of
You
here.
don't you don't
Gotta
think
check some-
$15 you don't think $15 an hour is a good wage to do all of that you just said? I mean, you could put that in the job description. I feel like
I do.
I mean, I do. I think that it is for a person in high school. Like,
for a
How
person in
does
high
a
school,
person living off
$15 an
that?
hour is way too much. I'm talking about at full time, 40 hours a week. You talking about that's $600 before taxes, though. Somebody in
but
high
how
school
many
who
people are really working 40 hours a week
Me.
in fast food? In fast food. I mean, we
Uh-uh.
all are. We have
minimum.
careers.
Never
That's
mind.
different. I'm
I'm about to say
in fast
minimal.
food. Because you got to think about it. It's so many laws out here now. If you're working over 36 hours a week, you got to pay for their health care.
Well,
And
That's
that's
probably why the-
and that's what we're getting to.
yeah.
These
That's what it
companies
is,
don't want
right?
to pay for that health care. They
That's
want
right.
they don't want to pay your benefits
No, they don't. They do not.
because that shit is expensive.
It's very expensive.
That's still $540 a week before taxes, man, at 36 hours. So you mean I'm working like four 9-hour shifts and I'm off for 3 days and I can probably take home about $400 a week. I mean, you ain't rich, but you can live off that. Like, you know what I mean?
No, you
I mean, not
cannot.
with the inflation of everything else though. When
Thank
everything else
Yeah.
going up, you
Mhm.
can't
Devin,
live off that.
It only costs $40, Devin.
Supposedly, we don't know that.
Supposedly, right? It's probably went up in the 2022, right? It probably went up. It's probably 50.
But I'm
Right,
saying,
see.
what about rent? What about rent? What about a vehicle? Like, you got to think about all those other things. Look how high our grocery bill is.
Yeah,
And it's for
that's
people in this house.
more of a college student thing. I feel like as far as like
Yeah.
$15 an hour.
Yeah.
Well, at today's rates, I mean, especially the way, I think we talked about it on the show not too long ago. I mean, out here in Vegas, I mean, the rent went up 30% over the past year. And
That's
in other
ridiculous.
places, it's like going up, 10, 15, 20%. So,
But why she
that's
have to bring up the
$15 an
grocery
hour.
bill, though? I feel like this is a separate attack, though.
No, absolutely it's not. No, I'm just saying, look how much money we spend on groceries for a household of 4. Like, imagine what these people are doing. Are they even
Yeah.
eating at home? I guess.
Well, their household of 4 ain't like you and me, and they ain't eating shrimps and steaks and ham instead of bologna. Putting cheese on your sandwich. Like, you got the extra. You got a good life.
He made it personal, y'all, not me.
Cabo Cafe.
Well, in other news, Tennessee rep. I'm not going to even say his name and dignify him. This joker right here gets caught at a basketball game trying to take the pants off the ref because he was mad with the call that he made. Take a look. If you look in the back, there's a referee right here in the center, damn near half court. He's trying to rip his pants off.
I'm just not finding out about this not too long ago, and I seen the video. I still don't understand this. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
The referee should have been allowed to whoop his ass.
Agreed.
I mean, what was the point of that though? You you pull his pants down. What's that? What is that fixing?
All it
nothing.
shows-
He was trying to humiliate him.
It
He
was
trying to
somebody.
humiliate him.
Yep. It was somebody who was frustrated, who was trying to act out on their feelings. But
Yep.
you gotta be careful when you do shit like that. This is one reason that I'm so glad that I'm from the hood, because in the hood, you must be held accountable for your actions. And see, the problem is with a lot of people is you could tell that they never had their ass whooped, because when you got the threat of getting your ass whooped, it'll make you stop and think about what you're about to do. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it's gonna stop you from doing it, but when you do it, you gotta be ready to know that you're gonna have to fight that person. And if anybody ever try to pull my fucking pants down, man, like, you gonna have to fight me, man, because I'm gonna fight you or tase you or something, man.
But it's still just weird though, because even if he mad at the call, I can see if he pushed him, or if he like did the little point where you, hey buddy, and you point somebody and you stick him in the chest or something. But you
Right.
reaching for his pants? It's like
Yeah, that was
Weird.
that
He
was
done done that before. That's what that is. That's
Right.
his go-to. He done that before.
that was
Right.
I'll just say it. That was sus. That was sus. That's what it was.
yeah, man. All I'm just saying is that he need his ass whooped. That's just all I can just gather from that, is that some people don't get their ass whooped like they should.
Yep.
Yep.
It keeps you humble.
And that was a high school game, right? High
Yep.
school.
hmm
I wonder, was he a coach or something, man?
No, he a parent.
He was a
private
parent?
School. Yes, he is a parent. Yes, he is not even a coach. A parent.
So he one of them Karen parents.
He is a,
He a male Karen.
Yeah.
But Devin is a Karen
there you go.
parent. Devin is a Karen parent. If you ever been to his
You
son,
be
if
wild like that, Devin?
if you ever been to Devin's son football game, oh man, he called the refs everything in the world except a child of God.
But he
Except a
doesn't go
child
put
of
his
God.
hands on.
But I don't go pull out their
Yeah,
pants.
you ain't pulling their pants down. are you?
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
put his
right.
hands on.
Right. I don't know. Devin say he'll get suspended from coming to the game for a week or two if it's gonna help boost the
would.
team.
Yeah, I would.
I would too, Devin.
Anything.
On everything.
Right. Long as one parent is available to attend the
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Son, I'm gonna have to watch this one for the fence. You know they ain't letting me in this week.
Well, you know, we got a
Stand by your
friend
squad.
that got
Stand
kicked
by
out
your
of a game.
Well,
A
Come
couple
on.
games.
yeah, she should have though.
Mm.
And I ain't gonna even put her business out there, but what happened? She should have get kicked out. That's it's things that you get kicked out for.
And that was one of the things.
Yeah.
A
Agreed.
bad call, no. A bad choice of words in practice, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. 2 chops to the neck and a punch to the face.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And anyway,
Cabo Cafe.
in other lighthearted news, Crocs, love him or hate him.
Ain't nothing lighthearted about this damn
Hate
thing.
her. I hate her.
Me too. Everybody
them.
in my house has them, and I just feel like they big, and I keep tripping over them.
Let me tell y'all something. I put this up, man, because Rod said this the other week, man, and I had to let him realize how many thugs really wear Crocs, because I know he really don't realize it, but man, listen, the thugs is on Crocs, man, but do you know why? Because we getting old, and these shits right here, man, that's the most comfortable shoe in the world, bro.
I completely understand why you wear them, because of course I know your personal history with your feet. Whereas with other people, it is just basically following.
Yeah. My thing is, it's like a house shoe. I don't understand why people wear them out. Like at the crib, I see, that's cool, but they be wearing them with the fit. Like,
Bro,
it's
which is
hard to fit.
ridiculous
Like, it's
because
hard.
it doesn't fit at all.
Um,
Right.
it does not. They're so big and bulky and just
bro, because they are indestructible. You cannot fuck up a Croc. The toe don't crease, and then like I say, they just comfortable
So
as hell.
are these Nike slides that I've had for 15 years. They also indestructible, and they look much better than them Crocs.
But them Nike flip flops look like you had them for 15 years. Though.
That's because of my background, man. It's just my background.
I see the imprint of your toes in them, man.
No, you
Anyway,
don't.
look, man, get you a pair of Crocs, man. I'm telling you though. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself, man. Yeah.
Cabo Cafe.
Anyway, in other news, Airbnb to limit the use of travelers' names as an anti-racist experiment in Oregon. Airbnb racist? Nah.
Not even.
Come on now.
So, no, go ahead. I just want to read some of this article because I'm just not getting hip to this, and I actually kind of like this. But
Let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm glad that they're doing it because Airbnb, I myself personally have known that y'all was racist for a minute. And when I realized it was some shit in the game is one time I went to rent an Airbnb and they wanted me to upload my ID. But not only did they want me to upload my ID, they wanted me to upload the ID of every single person that was staying in the Airbnb.
So,
Yeah.
so it says, go ahead, Mo.
Go ahead, Rod.
No,
You
go
gonna
ahead.
read the article and then I'm gonna talk. I could talk about what I
Oh,
want.
okay. For at least 2 years, rental hosts in the state will see only guest initials until the bookings have been confirmed. Let's see. I'm just going to the good parts. Black travelers, for 2 years starting January 31st, vacation landlords in Oregon offering houses and apartments via the popular travel website will be able to see only the first initials of prospective guests. The guests' full names will appear only after the booking is confirmed.
Well, I guess that wasn't quite my situation. They did see my whole name. I have a black last name. I mean, I have a last name that I have very rarely seen white people with. So a lot of times if you see my last name, you probably know what my ethnicity is or have a pretty good indication. But when they had me to upload the ID of me and everybody that was going to stay in the Airbnb with me, I felt a little funny about that. That wasn't really when I knew they were racist, but looking back on it at this point, that was kind of when my antennas went up. So when we finally did actually arrive at the Airbnb, things weren't the way that they were supposed to be. And so we called the host and we, spoke to them about it. To which we really got a answer that was not what we had expected. And it was pretty thugged out too, So and let me say this also. It's been a lot of times I rented Airbnbs and I did not have this type of experience that I had this time. But the last time I had this experience, what made me say that I'm probably not going to be messing with Airbnb anymore is the way that they responded to this issue. So the host of the Airbnb that we were going to stay in, he got real rude with us. He actually, in his own words, told us to pull up. Like you would tell somebody in the hood that you got a problem with if y'all going back and forth. Our Airbnb host told us, he said, hey, pull up. What ended up happening is that we didn't stay in that Airbnb and we did not get refunded, for the amount of money that we paid for the Airbnb, and I mean, I'm talking about thousands of dollars. So, I mean, I think that after your host tell you to pull up, you're definitely not going to come to that property and spend the night, you know what I mean? But all because, like I said, we had a couple of issues with how the Airbnb looked. And I mean, just put it in a nutshell is that what the pictures advertised online was not what it was when we actually got there. And I just leave it at that without going into major detail about it. Airbnb, if y'all ever want to talk about it, you can definitely give me a holler. You know who I am.
So
I have a personal
go ahead, Mo.
I have a personal vendetta against Airbnb right now. So, I mean, Levine, I think you summarized it pretty good, but basically, I think that by them doing this, they're taking a step in the right direction, but they're not doing it just because. Like they didn't say, "Hey, let's run this pilot program just because." No, they got sued,
Right.
and they got sued by Black people to get money or damages or whatever the case is because people were illegally discriminating against people of color by not allowing them to rent. So it's not just like they got a tap on the hand, a tap on the shoulder from the diversity and inclusion person and said, "Hey, this sounds like a great idea." No, other people forced them to do it. So
Right.
I'm not giving them no kudos for doing this. Like
Right.
they're doing what they should have been doing in the first place.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, I like this, but we also have to be careful and on how we're looking at this, because to be quite honest, Airbnb is not really doing shit. This is the state of Oregon.
Right.
The state of
Mhm.
Oregon is the one, they're taking it upon the places in their state to enact this to try to, eliminate, stem discrimination amongst these
Remove a bias.
rentals.
Mhm.
And I think it's smart. I think it's a good idea, and I like the fact that they're doing this. But this should be done across the entire network, because
Right.
and I mean honestly, I never knew about y'all issues with Airbnb, especially having a dude telling you to pull up. I mean, it's like what the fuck. But it's I guess in a couple of instances that I've dealt with Airbnb, I haven't had a problem, but I think it more or less falls on the person who's renting the place. You just
Right.
got to find the proper, hospitable, responsible, honest, because I guess that dude wasn't honest based on his pictures. You got to find that honest person that's renting out their spot, and it'll give you, a more positive perspective on Airbnb in general. I think y'all just came across some lame ass Airbnb people, and I'm
Yep.
not saying that Airbnb I mean, this is probably something I'm quite sure has happened to a whole bunch of other people, especially with the names that we have. So the fact that the state of Oregon is taking it upon themselves to just give you the initials, and it's like, all right, figure it out once they finally confirm. I think the whole company should do that. So
Agreed. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like you say, man, I've had a whole lot of good experiences with Airbnb. What happened is we did just run across one bad host. The problem is when we went to Airbnb and let them know about the issues that we had with the host, the way that they chose to go about it, to me was lackluster.
yes, so that's definitely on the company. Yep.
And that's just it. I mean, you already know, man. You've seen, I've rented lots of Airbnbs and lots of places and not had any issue at all. And, I felt like that should have been taken into account, when I actually lodged my complaint. But I mean, it wasn't, like I said, and to this day, I haven't been refunded for that booking. But I mean, like I say, it is what it is. My whole thing is Airbnb, if y'all gonna let people advertise on y'all website, then guarantee their safety, okay? Be better than LA.
Mhm.
Okay.
It'd be better than LA.
For real.
They cannot guarantee.
Yeah.
Nobody's
And I think
safety.
and Oregon had to do this shit. Who the fuck trying to go to Oregon to vacation? They need all the Airbnb.
Surprise.
They need all the They need all the fucking Airbnb fucking business they can get, though. Come on.
We should do a weekend in Oregon. You'd be like, oh my God, this is actually not bad.
Well, we gonna stay in a hotel. That's all I got to say about that, man. Anyway,
Cabo Cafe.
moving on. Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App would now have to report transactions totaling more than $600 to the IRS.
Greed. Give me everything that I need. Greed.
Ooh,
In paradise.
A lot of
This
stuff
about-
about to be on
a
hold.
lot of stuff is about to be over, man. Y'all thought y'all was getting y'all little money on? Man, anybody braiding hair, cutting hair,
Selling t-shirts.
man, selling t-shirts, selling weed, whatever you're doing, it's coming to an end now because you can't. How you gonna be reporting them ends though? Now everybody, we about to go back to a cash system
Yep.
for real.
Hey, ain't no wrong with that. I'll take cash.
Y'all already know how I am. The government always gonna get they cheese.
So wait a
right.
minute. So if I send Monique $600, then she got to report that to the IRS. How's this gonna work out?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a problem because I'm reporting it, but we go put it on your taxes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just starting to get to that point where I make enough money that actually I'm worried about more income reported. You know, it was a time in my life I really didn't have to worry about that at all.
Yeah.
The issue, you know, but now, nah.
You know, my issue in general with this is that ultimately it ends up hurting like those gig workers and
Who?
small business owners. But gig workers, you know, people that work at the car wash, entertainment people.
Gig workers. I never heard that term, but yeah, like you know, girls that shake
Gig-
their ass in the
gig-
club.
Gig
No,
workers.
yeah, exactly.
Working
girl-
gigs. Working
like
gigs.
girl-
She said jigs though.
Girls who
It's like
dance.
GIF and GIF.
Girls who dance, not
Right.
ballet and shit.
Not ballet. Nah,
Okay.
uh-uh,
Jig workers. All right. Huh.
yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna have to put that in my my little my
Your
little
rotation.
yeah. That and emotional bank. I'm gonna have to put those in my rotation.
Emotional bank. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway, ultimately it's going to end up hurting those people, right? Because now they got to answer for that income. But we're not doing the same thing for these large corporations. I know we're trying to get there, but if they pay half of what they're supposed to pay to the government, we probably wouldn't be in the position that we in right now. My company included.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true, but I mean, like you know, like I just said, the government always gonna find a way to get their sliver or get their chunk, to get their cut. So this is not surprising to me. I mean, I knew it was coming, but now we just have to create, like we do for everything else, is to create the way to circumvent this.
That's right.
The way that the corporations and other people find loopholes. Now it's time to find the loophole for this, because there's
That's
going to
right.
be one created.
Don't you send me more than $599.
But I think it's combined throughout the year. I don't think it's just
Oh, it's really about to be over then.
Everybody spend more than $600 throughout the year on one of them apps.
Is
I-
it more?
That's a wrap.
than that?
I didn't sent the barber. I didn't definitely sent the barber more than $600 in the last year for the boys.
yeah.
Definitely. Oh my gosh.
See, now you got me trying to look at it now. What the? Oh yeah, if they exceed $600 in 1 year, wow,
Mhm. Yeah.
Man. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
$600.
Listen, you
Everybody-
better keep those gas receipts and
Man.
get you an
People gonna be
LLC.
having multiple cards.
I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you know we much older now, and you know I don't even remember what it was like. But back in like when you 14, 15, 16, working at the ice cream shop or you know flipping burgers or whatnot, and we working those little part-time jobs, just making a little extra money. You know, when we're not in school or whatnot, or during the summer. Did we even have to pay taxes when you only made like 1,000 or 2,000 for the year?
Well, back then we were minors though. We have somebody claiming us on their taxes. So we just basically got back everything we paid in taxes because our
Yeah.
parents was claiming us.
Yeah, so it's like now, I mean, $600 sounds really low.
I mean, yeah, man.
Well, when you do file your taxes, anything under 12,000, anything that you make that's under 12,500, you basically get all your taxes back if you paid into the system. So
Right.
in other words, they don't start counting until after you make 12,500.
I mean, God
Okay,
bless you.
all right.
You should. I mean, who got a job that just what grown up got a job that only made 12,500 last year?
The
Yeah.
ones that's on unemployment.
You
Well,
count that
even
as
that, they making more now. They making more than that now on unemployment.
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, they also give you the option to tax it, and if you don't tax it, they come back for it later.
Yeah.
That's right.
I found that out the hard way.
Been there,
Man.
done that.
But
Man,
$600? I mean,
It's low.
that's pretty weak. Now that I think about it. See, I thought it was $600 per transaction, but $600 for the whole year?
Mhm.
well,
Damn, government.
all I'm gonna say is it's about to be a lot of people getting off of Cash App in a minute. So don't be surprised if your person that you normally pay through Cash App don't got it anymore. They're gonna need. Yeah, I suggest everybody go to the ATM or like the older people go to the bank and make a withdrawal because you're gonna have to have cash on you nowadays for things.
Quite sure a lot of people looking at Joe Biden sideways right about now.
Mhm.
Yeah, but not just for that.
Convo Cafe.
Moving on. So anyway, man, man, y'all make sure, man, y'all follow us on Instagram at it's the Convo Cafe. Okay, man, we appreciate the continued support, man. I'm gonna take the last word today, man, and I got this from a meme that I saw on the internet, and it just stuck with me, man. If you don't like where you at in life, then move. You not a fucking tree. Convo Cafe, and we out.
You.